Today we're going to look at pages 274 and 275. We're going to be subtracting one-digit numbers from three-digit numbers with bridging. Let's take a look at this picture of blocks. What number does it show? So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to go through and I'm going to label each place value. I'm going to label my hundreds, which I have 100. I have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. And I have 1, 2, 3. Now what I'm going to do is add all three together. I have 100, so I have a 1 in my 100s place. I have 6 tens, so it's a 6 in my tens place. And I have 3 ones, which is 3 in my ones place. So I have a total of 163 blocks. How would you change the blocks so that you could take away 5 ones blocks? I need more ones, so I could trade a tens block for 10 ones blocks. Let's look. They crossed out 1 10, which gives us 10 ones, so they drew 10 more ones. This way, then it makes it easy to take away the 5 ones. So now you have 100. It's still the same number. I still have 163. So now I have 163 minus 5 equals 158. Because when we are regrouping and I'm taking away one of my tens so that way I have enough ones to subtract from, it helps us. We've done this before, so this should be sort of a review. How would you figure out 163 minus 5? They're going to show you another way. He used a number line and jumped back 3 first, which was to an even number to get to 160, and then he subtracted 2 more, which gave him 158. Because it can be kind of hard to think 163 minus 5. It seems in your head it could be a little bit more difficult, but if you take a look at getting to your closest number, like a 0 or a 5, that can help you with doing mental math. Now, let's take a look at the next step. It says use blocks to help you subtract, then write the difference. So everyone should have, from their kit that you picked up from school, you have your tens and ones blocks like this. Yours may be orange and blue, but you have tens and ones blocks. If you don't have them, you can always get a separate sheet of paper or your dry erase board, and you can use that folder that has your hundreds, tens, and ones chart that you could use to help solve and draw. So my first number says 151 minus 4. So I'm going to take a look. When I'm subtracting, I'm always going to start with my greater value. So my greater value is 151. So I'm going to get my 100th block. I have 50 tens, so 5 tens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I have 4 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm sorry, I have 1 1. So I have 1 100 in my hundreds place, 5 tens, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1 1. So now what we talked about earlier is I have to borrow from my tens place. I'm going to take away 1 10 and I'm going to add 10 ones, because when I borrow from my tens place, I still have 10, but now I have to add that back. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So now we have added 10 more ones plus the one I already have. It says 151 minus 4. So now this is going to be easier for me to subtract 4 ones. So I'm going to come over and I'm going to take away 4 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I'm going to check to see how many I have left after subtracting 4. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 7 ones left, so I'm going to write that in my ones place. Now let's count how many 10s I have. 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 4 10s. And I have 1 100. So I know 151 minus 4 equals 147. Now, I want you, because this is familiar, we've done this before. So I want you to do the rest of this on your own. Remember, use these blocks to help you. You're always going to borrow from your tens place to add more to your ones place. If you're taking away from your tens place, remember you have to add 10 more ones, so that way you still are representing the 10 that you're borrowing from. Okay? Now let's take a look at number 2. Number 2 says to draw jumps to show how you subtract, then write the difference. So first I have 182, so I'm going to label 182 on my number line. I know these lines here in the middle are going to represent 5 because it's the halfway point between 80 and 90. So I know that this would be 185, so I know 182 is going to be about somewhere right here. So I'm going to label 182. I know I need to subtract 5. The first thing I'm going to do is subtract 2 so I can get to 180, because subtracting the remainder of my number is going to be easier to subtract from 180 than it is from 182. So I'm going to take my first jump, which I need to show at the top is subtracting 2. So now I'm at 180. Then I still need to subtract 3 because 5 minus 2, because I've only taken 2 jumps away. I've only taken 2 away, and I know I need to take a total of 5. So now I'm going to subtract 3. So that'd be 179, 176, 175. Oops. That'd be 179, 178, 177. So I'm going to write 177 minus 3. I need to be able to represent my two numbers. So that would be 173. You're going to do the rest on your own. And then on the step ahead, I want you to attempt to do this by yourself. I would like you to take a picture of both pages today. If you're needing extra help, please come to math at 12:10.